Hello, my name is Josh, aka Juicebox. This is my first video on D4, and I want to talk about my sorceress. This is her here. This is on hardcore. This is all the gear I've got, about maybe 15, not even 15 hours into her. I wish I could check. Started this character yesterday. We got about 40 minutes left in the beta. So I've been spending the last hour or two to get her going to show worthy, and these are my final stats here. Attack power 839, pretty good. Armor pretty good. Couldn't break 600 life, but whatever. All your I'm running the Hydra spec, and all your shields that you get are based on your life. So you do want life. I'll show you my gear, my helmet here. Mainly on this, you just want the 2 Hydra. The CDR would be good. The life on kill is fine. I need life on kill somewhere. This is the only place I have it. The other resist I don't care about. My chest. This is a pretty damn good chest. I think the only thing better would be you could get conjuration skill damage on this if it's like a higher level. So if you farm that level 35 boss guy that people are finding, or that world event, you could get that. But this is pretty good. My powers, you can see them as I go along. There's been videos made about the powers, so I probably do have a little bit different ones than maybe some other people. The gloves here, 2 fireballs is the main thing. The fire damage over time is great, but that's not what we're looking. That's not the main thing. Dex and intelligence are good, but I would have been happy just for the 2 fireball. My pants. Okay, here's the interesting thing. I don't know if you can see, but on my skill here, I only have 1 stack of frozen Frost Nova. But my pants are supposed to give me 2 stacks. And there's a bug that happened where these pants had Frost Nova before and the power was working correctly, but I wanted to lower it. This is actually the second power I've put on this. So it was at 40 and I wanted to lower it to 33. When I went to transfer the new power on, I lost my power completely, and now I have this on, but there's nothing happening with my Frost Nova, which is a shame because these pants are actually really, really good. Or they're pretty great. Probably could get better. And I have put on another piece and got my power back. It was a chest piece I had put on. So then I had thought to get the Frost Nova back on this. Like I wanted to fix the bug. So I put a new power on and then put that Frost Nova on this. So I went from 40 to 33 to 38. And it's still bugged. So I have tried with other powers too, where, because I thought maybe the bug was if you move the same power onto a power, it bugs. But I tested it with the ice armor power that leaves behind shards, and it worked. So I don't know what happened. I've tried to get my friends to duplicate this bug this glitch, and they didn't have time or whatever. So boots, I'm running a movement speed build right now, so I like the movement speed. Poison res is cool, whatever, movement speed, and then I just have the power for teleport, gives me movement speed. Ring, or amulet, movement speed. I have a damage one of these that's conjuration defensive, but you definitely need the defensive is the most important, and then the conjuration is nice. And then if you wanted to be like best, you would probably want damage on that. Just percent damage. And then rings. Crit chance, crit damage, distant enemies damage. Pretty much always distant. I'll run a rift or a guardian, dungeon here soon. Crit chance, fire damage, distant enemies. I think I'd rather have the crit damage or the fire damage over crit damage. And then, so I was using the staff, but I found these last time I beat that world event up in the top left, up here. I got a good weapon and a good book, and it was more damage combined, so I put them on. Plus, you could have 2 powers. So, running the barrier power over here, and then this is a interesting power that makes you deal more damage to vulnerable enemies while you have a barrier, and my Frost Nova makes them vulnerable. Wish I had 2 Frost Novas, but my powers are broken. Show you my other stats. Mainly, we just want to look at crit chance of 20%. It's pretty good. Whatever. Take a look. Bam. There it is. Let's go run a dungeon. I guess I actually let me go through the skills. Skills. Like Ice Bolt, I don't use it, but there it is. This is a standard build, pretty standard. The only difference is most people have been using Deep Freeze, and I don't, because I don't really need it for the damage, and it also allows me to run the movement speed flame shield, and I like the vulnerable Frost Nova. I'm just one-shotting everything anyways. And then obviously teleport, ice armor you get from your amulet. I have one into glass cannon. You could put it into pyromancy, but this is more damage, 6% versus 3. And then you need this as the main. This is what really makes the build shine, is this one here. So you need 1 here and 3 here. So I think what most people would do would take out this point, boom, boom. So they have 5. They chuck 2 in here, some in here, and then some up in here. So that's what I have, and that's why I have movement speed on my amulet as well, just so I could have as much movement speed as possible. So let's run this dungeon here, and you can see me shred. Got about 37 minutes left in beta, so I gotta hurry up. This is on hardcore, by the way. I had a softcore character too, but it's not as strong as this, because that was like my learning the game character. So I've learned the game pretty well, and I enjoy it. 8 out of 10 for sure. So you just use I basically just use a random skill out of these 5 to make sure. Let me one-shot this guy. Pause the video during the kill to see what I'm hitting as, because I can't tell. I'm seeing 500, sometimes 700 on a crit. Hard to tell. Definitely would like a DPS meter. As of right now, basically all I could do, I could probably get better pants. Maybe I could farm the level 35 guy for a better weapon. Maybe I could make some stronger powers. But basically, I think the most I need is gold for just making my upgrade. So this is level 3, this is level 4, upgrading at the blacksmith and jeweler. I'm also running the Frost Nova rune that gets a cooldown reduction when you kill the enemy that's froze. So if you have the double proc on Frost Nova, you can kind of like basically Frost Nova every elite. I can already almost do that, but my first hardcore character. Okay, so I'm in Annika's, whatever this dungeon's called, Annika's something. Annika's Claim. It's a really good dungeon. I hear a lot of people complaining about the dungeons being backtracky or unfun or whatever, or ununique or whatever. They must not really play a lot of ARPGs, because that's like all you do in ARPG is the same thing over and over again. I mean, I come from D2, and so I will run like 500 meth runs a day, and that's nothing to me, because every time you kill him, you're rolling the dice looking for that Shaco. So annoying to me to hear all these high level YouTubers and stuff complaining about the dungeons. Like, dude, I could just kill a monster. I don't care where I'm at. I'm trying to get rich and find that GG loot, dude. That's what it's about. And so what I say that to say that I've been running this dungeon exclusively, only this one dungeon, all day long. Like, this is the only dungeon I run because it's a pretty good dungeon. But my first character actually died in here by these dudes doing a jump slam. The CC in this game is pretty OP. Enemy CC. And I got CC'd and 3 of those elites jumped up in the air and split my dome. Just wrecking. It's like I'm literally brain off, killing shit. Oop, I'm gonna go to town. So I wait till I'm full, go to town. I could pick up lows too, just to sell gold. I don't know, maybe it's not the most efficient. I'm a little bit of a min-maxer, but I'm not a min-max Nazi. What my friends are. But I still love them. Not even looking at gear at this point. Like, there's pretty much no way rare can be better than what I have. Even if it's like as good, I wouldn't care. And even if it was better, like, it's not worth my time at this point too. I probably, during the real game, would spend more time, especially because the rares are tradable, so if you get something the homie might want. I also I've only pretty much played Sorceress during this beta. I've played Barb. Barb will probably be my second class. I want to run a Frenzy Barb. All the basic skill buff items are sweet. Like, there's some double okay, double legendary for the fucking YouTube. Let's go. Hell yeah. Anyways, I'll probably run Barb and just go Frenzy with everything support. All the basic skill legendaries are pretty sweet, like the ones that give like 50 attack speed. And there it is, like, pretty easy. Oh, you know what? Here, sorry. Let me smash this boss just so you guys can see real quick. Since this is probably gonna be my last dungeon of the beta. I have a couple more things I want to say real quick about the game. So I played on softcore, and on my softcore source, I tried to get everything there was to get done, but I ended up only doing missing 2 side quests, and I had no way of knowing which quests I had done and which I haven't done, or which ones I needed to do, or where to find them. And like, an example is I was just picking flowers, and I got a side quest from picking flowers, like a random flower. And like, how would I have ever known that? And I'm not a big fan of just like randomly finding side quests. I want to know where they are. I don't want to just have RNG and tell me when a side quest. That's not fun, but whatever. I'm not gonna beg for the game to be changed because of that. I don't care, as long as I can get all my, whatever. Oh, here we go. What do we see? 430 on a crit. It doesn't seem like that much. Whatever. But and then there was one dungeon I found that's not. There's 23 dungeons, but I was only able to get 22 done. And I looked, and there's a dungeon that's I guess they haven't put in yet. But anyways, thanks for watching. This is my first YouTube video. That's why it's so all over the place. I'm gonna upload this, my first ever upload. So thank you for watching. Please hit the like, comment, and subscribe so I can get famous, so I can quit my job. Even though I have a pretty sick job, I would have to make like 10K a month before I actually considered quitting my real job. I have a sweet government job, so. Alright, boys.